Yeah. Happy Thursday. How's it going, everybody? This is Deonte Burden, a.k.a. Mr. Short Dollar himself, and want to welcome you to the Dollar Hour. Tonight we got a great show. Tonight we're going to be asking the question, how does the president affect your pockets? How does the president affect your pockets? With what's going on right now, people going crazy on both sides. Who won, who this, who won that, and everybody got a million different reasons. So I just want to ask the question, really, how does it affect your pockets? Before we get started, I want to say what's up to my awesome producers, DJ Lab and Slick 316.
Thursday. We still don't know who the president is that's going to affect our pockets.
Hey, man. We don't know the president. That damn Trump like that. Push me out.
But then he said, if I don't win this time, I'm coming back in 2024 and running again.
Shit, the mother Republican like, bullshit now. Oh, no. Oh, no.
That's what they say.
No, I can guarantee you. It's different when they got to deal with you.
Right.
When they ain't got to deal, trust me, they already got some Manchurian candidate or something already. No. Yeah.
They got that bad taste.
Oh, man.
They want to keep drinking toilet water.
Shit, they remember them primaries. Trump talking about their wives, their daddies, and they, man.
So they're not going through that again.
I guarantee you.
I
no, absolutely not. Absolutely not. You watch what? We talking about the election night. I stayed up 2 in the morning.
Really?
2 in the morning.
So you called his interview?
When his acceptance speech.
Yeah.
And everything. Yeah. Hey, I give him an E for effort.
He said, I won.
Oh, it's already finna have part.
Yeah, I won. Tremendously.
Yeah,
I won tremendously.
But,
Big numbers. I mean.
Why would you do that? Why would you do that?
Arrogance.
I mean, that's just,
Ego.
damn, so I know somebody on that team. Somebody gotta be like, hey, man, just chill. Wait.
And he's like, you work for me. I trust you. It's somebody who always pulling by his coattail, like, hey, don't say that. He like,
Everybody was like, Trump is lying. This is not true. You got to say that.
I'm talking about wasn't even near winning. Right. That's what I was getting at. Wasn't
Still
even,
ain't near
yeah,
winning.
but I'm talking about then it really even like, we weren't even talking about, it was probably like 220 something then and everything from that point, and everything. So I was just like, wow, and everything. That was amazing to me. But, again, it's,
hold on. I'm sorry.
everything good to go? Okay. Well, one thing about it, I just wanted to, really have, talk about with tonight's show in regards to that, because a lot of folks have been, they on different ends of the spectrum in regards to who they want to be president, and everybody's like, it's going to be such a traumatic event and everything. So I just want to really have an open conversation about that. As we rehashed the previous week, we're still in the middle of the pandemic. Number of cases are going up more and more. So like I always say, practice stuff you learned in pre-K, wash your hands, keep social distance, cover your mouth when you cough, and all that nice stuff and everything and stuff, And probably won't stay away from the clubs in Atlanta, because ain't nobody wearing the mask. They all bumping and grinding and sweating and coughing and sneezing, but they having a good time and everything, So, fellas, if you catch you a corona boo, you know what I'm saying, she give you more than a good time that Saturday night. And that too, you sweating, talking about shouting. Yeah. Sunday morning and Monday, you like, yeah, man, I was strapped. I was good and everything. Next thing you know, you got 120 fever and everything. No, she gave you something worse than the clap, boy. She gave you that corona and everything. So people
believe it for some reason. You would think why, but
I think people believe it. I just think it's just like anything else until something, physically affect you, something you a family member, something like that, you don't really hit us home. Even you, because I think pretty much everybody knows somebody. If you haven't got it already, that has it. Yeah, but still, till it happens to you, I don't think really people gonna really be taking it serious and stuff. Unfortunately and stuff, but yeah, but I just want everybody to just be careful out there and everything. So just be careful, because the election has kind of went over that right now in regards to the pandemic. But please just err on the side of the caution. I want to let everybody know we've been still doing the tax webinars and everything. The course will be out next week. Also, I'll be hiring for tax preparers starting next week and everything, nationwide and stuff. So I have all the information coming out. No earlier than Wednesday and everything, but we'll be putting that out. So I will be hiring for Majestic Business Services tax preparers. I put in the qualification that you need to be a tax preparer. So we'll be hollering. We're hiring nationwide.
Is adding one of them?
Adding.
Knowing that, being able to add.
Not really, cause mofo can't add anyway, you know, cause they let the computer add. The computer add. Hey, Auntie, my auntie checking out live. Cynthia Burden. Hey, Auntie, how you doing? She tuning in and everything. Thanks for tuning in, baby. No, you know, adding ain't a prerequisite and everything. No, it could be. No. Exactly.
But you would want them to know how to add.
Not really, because, you know, at the end of the day, I want to know you one person that can do data entry and everything from there. But the computer adds and everything like that. So as long as you can actually be able to read, and reading is reading.
Okay, reading is a prerequisite.
Exactly. They got to pass some, you know, criminal background checks and stuff like that. But you know, with that, but I think we'll have a real successful tax season. But again, we'll start hiring next week, start training in a couple weeks and everything like that. Again, we'll be looking nationwide for tax preparers and everything. Looking to open a couple more offices and everything, you know, around the bubble. So I'm super excited about that.
That's what's up.
The course, if you want to start your own tax business, that'll be out next week also. So be on the lookout for that. You know, I got a super product coming out at the beginning of next year in regards to business owners already currently in business and stuff. So I'll let more information come out there in the beginning of December once we, you know, get the foundation for that laid out a little bit more. But I'm super excited. About everything that we're doing there and able to come. You know, the YouTube channel's changed live and Mr. Short Dollar been growing and everything. And another thing I do want to add, if you have not joined the email list, make sure you join the email list. As always, just go to the website, hit on that, so you can stay updated with all the different events and products and stuff we have going on and stuff. But make sure you subscribe to Mr. Short Dollar, and on Facebook and YouTube, just put in Mr. Short Dollar. You should see my big head pop up and everything. We're also streaming live on not streaming live, but we're also on TikTok under Mr. Short Dollar. Also, you follow me at Majestic Biz One on Instagram. So we got a lot of ways to get in contact with your boy, okay? And again, tonight's show we're talking about how does the president affect your pockets, okay? How does the president affect your pockets? Now, here's the deal, Ab.
Okay.
What I was sitting there saying to myself, you know, a lot of times people going ballistic right now. Well, we can't get Trump in, we can't get Biden in and everything. And I just remember, go back probably 8 years, probably a little longer than that, you know, even with Trump, 4 years with Trump. You know, people, well, if Trump wins, I'm leaving the country. Okay, country. And, you know, people like, well, you know, we can do this. It's going to be a madhouse and everything. And, hell, I was talking about, I did a live feed yesterday, and people just forget, you know, again, the Bush years. The Bush years, which I think was shit. Probably close to the damn Great Depression.
As it could be, right?
As we could damn get.
Right.
And if you can make it through that MF, yeah, that's what I'm saying. If you can make it through that MF, you can make it through anything. And I say that to say that people put so much weight into, hey, the presidency and everything. And I think really a lot of times, you know, we talk about this a lot. I don't think people really understand what the president does. You know, it's like, you know, his straight duties. You forgot, you know those, you know, when you go over the legislative, the executive, and the judicial branch in high school and stuff, people forget the whole breakdown and the powers and stuff that they all have. And you know, when the guys go on these campaigns and they're like, hey, we're going to do this, we're going to do that. Just like people say, well, Barack didn't do that for black folks. Well, again, they can make programs, but again, some of the stuff still go to your congressman, and some of this stuff, like, they don't do that. You know, so well, Trump did this and Trump did that. And, you know, again, he put stuff out there.
Right.
Still got to go to Congress. Some stuff can be, you know, but it's not like that.
Right.
And everything. Because, again, you know, some of those people that was in them trailer parks that were hurting, that were pushing for Trump, they're still in those trailer parks hurting. You know, now they might got $1,200 this year and everything like that. But the past 4 years, they ain't had a damn thing. They still in the same position.
Scam going on, living look good, right?
Absolutely. But I say this to say that I just think people don't understand. And I think a lot of it got to do with them presidents too when they run these campaigns. Like, what did you expect them to do? Like, that's not what they do. That doesn't fall in the actual duties of the president. That might fall in the duties of your your congressman, your city councilman, your governor. Everybody has different duties and powers that they can do, and some things just the president just doesn't do.
Right.
I think that what Donald Trump does is a fantastic job to take credit for every damn thing that goes on in the world. You know what I'm saying? And I just think that
All
people,
good stuff. All
yeah,
good stuff, though. All good stuff.
and again, majority of the people in this world, they don't read. They don't try to, if it's not on YouTube or Google and stuff like that, for them to try to get further insight, but understanding that what they're reading most of the time, what they're hearing most of the time is somebody's opinion.
The sound bites.
Yeah, exactly. Instead of factual information, people really don't know that it's probably just some BS that you're hearing. And what stuck with me was, with the past 2 or 3 months, just them looking at the black community, we've had so many musicians and rappers come out with political stuff that I haven't heard a damn thing from in the past 4 years.
Right.
And it's scary because I just don't think that a lot of people really look at how much blind influence them guys got.
Right.
Again, you sit there and Lil Wayne took the picture with Trump. It looks just like a little damn mascot. Look at this motherfucker here. Look like a goddamn damn mascot just sitting there with Trump taking his picture. And what was that? The election day, he pulls out Little Pump. Look, and when he called Little Pump to the stage, he said, "Where's Little Pimp?" Caught a little pimp. Then you might as well just bend over, let him stick you with your sword. God dog it. Come on, man. How far can you go just for money? Just for this, that, and that? Come on now.
Well, see with the celebrities and Lil Wayne and Lil Pump, the president is going to affect their pockets because now their records not going to sell. They're not going to get concerts. People not going to want to stream their music anymore. The effect is going to be real evident.
Yeah.
Especially with somebody like Lil Pump who don't have the same kind of money and influence Lil Wayne has.
Well, even with that said, the reason just so you would go back into the reason why they potentially are doing this. You're looking at, okay, these guys looking at, okay, I'm making this kind of money. I'm making 6 figures. I'm paying too much in taxes and stuff like that. SO. Go get you a good accountant, get you a good financial planner, and they can reduce your tax liability. But you're still a black man.
Right.
You're still a black man. And you're not always going to look good with your shirt off and them gold chains on.
Bam.
You're going to get breasts, you're going to get a big belly, and you're going to have to have some kind of sense. You're going to have to do the reunion tour and all the other kind of stuff, like a lot of other rappers.
Right.
And you're going to be affected by some of the things that you forgot you did. You can't.
Right.
And when you got a lot of people that support you that are nowhere near in that financial thing, like financial situation, like you are now, it ain't cool.
Yeah.
It ain't cool.
And with the internet, it's always there. It's never going to
Come
go
on
It's
now.
never going to go away now. It's never going
Come on now. I just felt, like I told you before, even the stuff that Ice Cube was talking about with Trump, the issue I have with it is not the conversation. It's when you have the conversation.
Right.
The thing of it is when you sit there and say, well, look, that's the kind of conversation when you have 5 or 6, candidates. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
And and then you can sit here and leverage it out. But when we get down to 2, it's Trump or nothing.
Yeah.
Because at the end of the day, when you got one person, you can count, even with you just putting it to Biden, like, look, man, you want him to sit here and tell you something. You could ask that before. Then we have 5 people, you can scrutinize it or whatever. Now, when you get down to 2 people, it's go mode. It's not about stopping and trying to play this out and everything like that. Trump tell you what you want to hear, you're going to take it.
Right.
Okay, well, Biden didn't want to talk to us. Why you talk to Biden back in February? Like right now, we in go mode. And a lot of times people don't want to look, well, these guys here, they'll bring up the crime bill and stuff like that. And at the end of the day, if you think that every politician is going to be, going to have a tunnel vision, if you got a middle-aged or a professional white man, you think he's going to be able to see it through the same lens as a black man from the hood, or hell, a middle-class black man, or just say even, a rich black man, you got your damn mind.
Right.
Everybody, and you know what? You can't see the world through his eyes either.
That's true.
So don't have unrealistic expectations. And we sit here and we don't want to be accountable for, and this for another show probably on Changing Lives. We start talking about these crime bills. I don't want nobody to go down the road or do anything myself, but let's be real.
Right.
I mean, those crime bills didn't put me in prison. Them selling dope put them in prison. I mean, let's be real.
Right.
Because we start talking about them 90s, when everybody was getting robbed and everybody getting killed, Hell, a lot of times police, when they were coming there busting stuff up, they really were doing that stuff because the neighborhoods were getting overran. Everybody, mama, dad was on dope.
Most of us in our age bracket been affected by somebody who was on drugs, sold drugs, or something like that.
If you 55 to maybe 35, you definitely was affected in regards to your parents or somebody was on drugs, or you or somebody else was arrested selling drugs. That wiped out 2 generations. But we never talk about it because it's so painful. The flip side of it is that we start, fussing about, hey, these guys got locked up and there's some, crazy sentences and stuff like that. I agree with that. But at the end of the day, you ain't had to sell dope. You know what I'm saying? You ain't had to do this, that, and that. I'm just saying there are things that were done, like, vicious stuff. And again, the only thing they do go on BET, they start having documentaries about these dope boys and stuff. Like, it's cool. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
And these dudes were vicious.
Right.
Vicious.
Right.
And again, so I don't want to spend so much time talking about that, but let's be real. Sometimes, that's what happened. A lot of times we won't be accountable. Like, did the crime bill put them in prison or them selling dope put them in prison? Because, again, I don't think, when Nino and were getting our turkeys and stuff out there at the Carter and stuff like that, again, that was cool. But at the end of the day, remember how the Carter looked. And that's how most black neighborhoods looked back then, too.
Right.
Tore up and desolate and everything like that. And now they mold you out. And now they don't sit here and now they selling for the same houses that you were using as a trap house for $300,000-$400,000.
Right.
But you trying to make it a trap house, and now they're making a condo. So I'm just saying that's a whole nother conversation.
Buying a whole block for $50,000, and you can't live there no more.
Exactly. So that's another conversation. But a lot of time, if people don't necessarily want to get into those and stuff like that. But again, that's one of the things I kind of I usually have a little issues with when people want to talk about, hey, well, we can't do this with Biden and this. You're not gonna have a candidate that's you're gonna agree 100. Yeah, well, you're gonna agree 100% with what they do.
Right.
And everything. So you gotta just check your plus and minuses and everything like that. But again, this is something right here, man. Because again,
you gotta think about it. What if when you went to the polls, they pulled up your pass and be like, you got this on your record. You can't vote. you did this back in '82. You can't. You know what I'm saying? Just little shit like that.
Voting, getting a job, just anything
past,
like
right?
that. Anything that you can be held on. That you probably ain't proud of and stuff and everything. But I just, again, I think too much weight is put into the impact of what the presidency has on you,
Right?
And everything like that. So that's why I want to have a conversation tonight because people are just going so ballistic. I do think it's everybody's civic duty, especially if you're black, to go vote for the simple fact that so many people made, it's just personal opinion, but I really feel it's the truth. So many people made sacrifices for you to have that right to do that didn't have to do it. And I always kind of look back at those people from that era to be risking jobs and their lives and family lives just for themselves and other people. I may take a lot of courage. And I can't sit here and say that I have never been in a situation where I had to draw that kind of courage.
Right.
Before. I hope I would have that in me and stuff like that. But you see them folks making them kind of sacrifice. We can look back and say, that's crazy.
Right.
And do it. But that took a lot of courage.
You think about it, back then, they literally was letting the Klan come in the police department and snatch you out and hang you. So you had to deal with that. But I was going to say something. I lost my train of thought. Dang it.
It'll come back to you.
Go ahead.
It'll come back to you, What's up, Chris? Chris, see my hoodie on. BMU for life, baby. Yes, but that was it's just one of them things. I kind of look at it because people just so much are stuck on that, and I just want to have just a conversation to figure out what do people really feel that the impact that the president has and stuff. Because again, I hear so much when you hear people say, well, Barack didn't do this, and President Obama did a lot, but again, President Obama still got a Congress. He got a Congress got to go through.
A lot of the people don't know that when the president get in there, that everything that he does don't happen right then.
No.
They don't
It don't
understand
affect
the
you for
whole
a couple of years.
Well, I don't think.
4 years.
Just like we were talking about the money that Barack gave to
HBCUs,
Trump did.
Yeah. See, Trump was a good player. People were saying, Barack didn't give that as their reason for voting for Trump. Well, Barack didn't give HBCUs no money. Yeah, he did. He gave it to them over a certain amount of time. The money that Trump gave them was just the money that Barack. It was just their time to get it. They spread out over so the 200-something million that Trump gave was already given to them. It was just their time to get it. So he brought all in front of the camera like he was doing it, but it was already given to him.
Well, let's be realistic. HBCU alumni, only 11% of them give back to their schools.
Right.
So let's take out Morehouse, let's take out Howard, Spelman, the upper echelon.
Right.
But 11% of HBCU alumni donate back to their school.
Right.
So the problem is not the damn government.
Right.
It's a problem with them taking back their schools.
Alumni, yeah.
And people don't want to admit that.
Yeah.
I bet you, I guarantee you, if you do a poll of your HBCU friends, whatever, hey man, how much you be donating? How much you give back in your dues? Come on now.
There you go.
You know that. No,
I didn't
I'm
go
just
to
saying.
HBCU, but if I did, I probably would try to get something. I didn't go to HBCU, but yeah,
No.
I got a few friends that went to HBCU.
It's 11%. I'm telling you.
Yeah.
It's and that's the thing about it.
It's 0%. And a few people I know, because they don't never talk about what I got to give.
Well,
But they give that damn sorority though. That's that fraternity.
well, you do that because you got. Well, you do that because you got to still go to your meetings. I'm just saying, as far as even getting back to your schools and everything, you're waiting for somebody to do something that you could do for yourself,
Right.
and that's the issue. Did the government get this? The government get that? You know what I'm saying? I think a lot of times people don't want to look at that. You know, that's why. You know, we can sit here and say, well, some of the schools have mismanagement and all that other kind of stuff. I get it. I understand. But it is what it is. We still look at the end result. Because, you know, where in the hell with the alumni that came out of Morris Brown, they should be struggling.
That's true.
I mean, you look at hell, the state of Georgia, Fort Valley State, Albany State, Savannah State. Hey, I remember when I was younger, they weren't state schools.
Right.
State came in for a reason.
Right.
So I'm just saying, you know, we can complain about what the government didn't do, but at the end of the day, did we take care of ours? You know, again, you can look at them, that, you know, all that big endowment, the Morehouse, Howard, Hampton, that's not the norm.
Right.
That's not the norm.
Right.
But the vast majority of them, you sitting there like, man, come on, man. They damn near selling plates on Sunday. And you sitting there like, man, come on now.
Right.
Come on, and you preaching that stuff. You don't have to go to these folks and ask for money.
Right.
And the flip side of it is what? Once you get in their pocket, you got to do what they say. And, you know, and that's it. Exactly. So you got to sit here and understand that you got to take that into consideration. Hey, y'all, my auntie, Cynthia, she said, hey, back to everybody and everything. She said, tell the voice I said hello. Again, this is the Dollar Hour, hosted by yours truly, Deonte Burden, Mr. Short Dollar himself. You know, Mr. Short Dollar, we talk about personal finance, entrepreneurship, business, and real estate investing. I appreciate everybody tuning in, and you can follow Mr. Short Dollar on YouTube, Facebook, under the same name, Mr. Short Dollar. Same thing, Mr. Short Dollar, under TikTok, and Majestic Biz 1 on IG, and Majestic Biz on Twitter. And everything. As always, you know, we try to go back and put the links and everything on the videos. But all you gotta do is Google Mr. Short Dollar. You'll see this humongous pretty head of mine pop up. Booyah, subscribe.
Booyah.
And tonight's show, we're talking about how does the president affect your pockets. We have an open discussion in regards to who's in the office and stuff. How do you personally feel it affects your pocket? Because people go rampant. But when you start asking questions like this, you get you know, they can't even tell you why.
Right.
You know, again, so I just want to kind of go, you know, just ask a couple things in regards to, like, you know, just what I was saying is when you aspire to do certain things, is he just stopping you from doing this kind of stuff and everything? Because it just seems to me that we can throw about the reason, like the people, they don't pay taxes or they don't have to do this, but people come here and do anything they damn want.
Right. Right.
And they see that people here don't take advantage of certain things.
Right.
And a person will sit here and say, well, they ain't got to do this, they ain't got to do that, like they really even tried.
Right.
How the hell you know you ain't tried?
Yeah.
A person ain't never tried a damn thing will sit here and tell you all the reason why another person got it easy. Come on, man.
Well.
Come on, man. Well, they ain't had to do this, they ain't had to do that. You're right, they didn't.
Right.
But you also got some stuff that you can do. Now, again, you might got to read this. You might got to wait a month or two, do this, that, and that. And that's where everything just fall apart. Nobody want to wait. Nobody want to go through no quote-unquote BS.
Right.
That's the deal. And what I just want to put that, you know, have people thinking about, how have you really even taken the opportunity to try to take care of some things you can do? Because, you know, we sit here looking at, just say, when you're looking at the president, does he really, from an economic standpoint, we look at, okay, he'll meet with different world leaders and everything, get different policies set in place. and people looking at, hey man, the economy is great, everybody's hiring and stuff like that and everything. Some things happen. Some cyclical stuff happens and stuff like that. Things that were done 7 years ago, to your point, what you said with Barack and HBCUs, that, economic people that really understand economics is that an actual item that happens now, the ripple effect, you don't see the residual of it maybe 4 or 5 years from now, sometimes 10, depending on how it goes. And sometimes a president, while they in office in that 4 years, they may be able to see the effect of it, but most of the time, you don't see the effect of it till years later.
Right.
And, whoever's in office then can just take credit for it. Trump ain't missing. Now he can take credit for it.
Right.
I think Trump's a very brilliant businessman. I think he has made some good decisions, even with restructuring NAFTA and everything. I think some of the things that were done with China and everything probably could have been done differently. When I say that, I'm talking about how some of the deals were restructured and everything. He hasn't used the most diplomatic approach with a lot of stuff, but I will say that a lot of his intentions probably he had the American people in mind, but I don't necessarily. I think he also had his pockets in mind too.
Oh, he always have his pockets in mind.
But to that point, people still have been able to do certain things. Mm-hmm. The thing what we all got to look at, we start thinking about, does it affect me personally or does it affect my business? What people don't understand, innovation and technology, how impactful it is on on everything. And a lot of times people will look at it and say, well, we lost these jobs. You look at people in the Midwest when you have these factory jobs, instead of jobs went to Mexico and stuff like that. Well, again, if I can turn around and get the same thing done for pennies on the dollar, why would I still do it here?
Right.
But when we lost all those manufacturing plants in the Midwest, what happened? We developed an actual transportation hub that whole Eastern Seaboard, the Gulf State, and the West Coast, where all the jobs went there. Now you gotta ask yourself a question. Just like when our parents back in the 30s, 40s, and 50s migrated from Alabama, Louisiana, went to Chicago and New York. Hey, you better move over there to New York. Florida, Georgia, South Carolina.
Right.
Go down to Houston. Go down to the ports. That's what happened. That's why people went there, right?
Right.
Because the jobs were up there, and that's how things change. Again, you have to be willing to pivot with everything. Things aren't going to be the same. Things that you thought was the norm now is changing. People, and when you don't embrace technology, you don't embrace change, it's always going to come back and bite you in the butt. And when you don't look at that, they ain't got a damn thing to do who president or not. I be straight up with your shit. I'm going to make money regardless around here. You know what I'm saying? My job, my job is to find out how I'm going to make some money.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? That ain't going to stop nothing.
Right.
That ain't going to stop nothing, but I think when you put yourself in a situation where you're going to be constantly reactionary and waiting for somebody to give you something, you got to take the results of that. That ain't tripping on nobody or anything like that, but you just got to be realistic with it.
Right.
Everybody is not meant to be a Deonte Burden. Everybody ain't meant to be an entrepreneur and anything like that. And I'm not saying that, but everybody ain't meant to be there sitting there begging for nobody to get their ass no damn job either.
That's true.
And thanking Jesus that, hey, the job thing came through. Jesus didn't do that. Jesus didn't do that. Ted, who read your application, did that.
Right.
Jesus give you help. Okay, I know my religious folk going, no, the power of prayer, this, that, and that. Man, come on, because the person you praying to get you that job, they can give a damn less. They'll fire you a week after they hired you.
Right.
If the numbers ain't right. They could give a damn.
That's true.
And everything. And what I say this to say that I am a firm believer is that everybody has to put as many tools in the toolkit as possible. And at the end of the day, if you're just a person, you can't do nothing but press a button, turn a key and stuff like that, that is extremely dangerous. You need to learn how to paint. You need to know how to do, cut hair, do hair, cut grass, this, that, and that.
Right.
And the more you can do it, the more you can sit here and level off, because things will happen. Your job may fire you. Your job may move. Things may change. They may get rid of your position and stuff. It ain't good. We can say it ain't fair, but it is what it is.
Right.
Why wait till it's change? Look how many people went down. You just think about the Titanic. Look how many people went down with the damn boat.
Damn it, folks.
I've been out there. Man, ain't no way in the hell. Just drown is
I
going
would have pushed Leonardo DiCaprio off that little piece of board. He better know how to fight. It's
Come
called
on.
survival of the fittest. Let me get that board up out you, Leonardo.
If you know it's coming, you gonna wait on it.
Yeah, I know, right?
Well, we gonna hope they ain't gonna do this to us. We gonna pray that it. Oh hell no.
We don't want the vote to suck us back.
Right.
What's going on, Sinclair Tavon? I'm trying to hit. You guys, again, we're streaming on Facebook, Instagram, YouTube, and everything. So if I'm not immediately, and
the Roku station work.
the Roku station. So again, you can take Misfits Radio, Misfits Media on our Roku station. You can also just check my show anytime live that's on there, and not live, just see the recording on there and stuff.
Right.
You got
I'm gonna show it to you when we get out.
so many ways to see your boy. You have no damn excuses.
Yeah.
Yeah, I hear people all the time. Hey man, you check out the show. Oh man, I be busy. Oh, whoa. Come on now.
Right.
Come on now. Your husband got on your nerve. Your wife just want to be quiet. Man, get in the corner. Go check out Mr. Short Dollar. Change your life.
Yeah.
Probably 300 or 400 videos. Listen, after you look at me talk, like I said,
Make your day.
make your day.
Right.
Everything. And you're going to learn how to get a new business, a new accountant, learn how to make a budget, and all kind of stuff and everything. And stuff. So again, tonight's show we're talking about how does the president affect your pockets. We're just having an open discussion in regards to, regardless of who the president or regardless of what's going on in the economy and the world, how does this really affect you and stuff? Is this something that's in your mind, something that you've made up, something that you've probably indoctrinated just through growing up? Your family saying, well, we got to get this person in and out and everything. I'm not saying that I'm a huge Trump fan, but I am saying that if he wins or loses, it's going to be the end of the world. We just got to adapt and overcome.
How many of them we done been through?
That's why I said you make through them Bush years. God, dog.
Right.
That thing, man, hey, look here, man. I remember when Obama got elected. Who Obama beat the first time? Was that
2008.
yeah, the first one he beat Romney.
Yeah.
The second one he beat
McCain.
He beat McCain. Yeah,
Right.
the first one he beat Romney. That was a time where I think they were shocked that he won, but damn happy Bush was walking out. Cause you remember, man, early 2000s, you could get fired. You can be on Food Industry, get fired 3 or 4 times that day and get hired 3 or 4 times.
Yeah.
Oh, we remember them days, the .com days. Oh my God.
They were hiring and firing out every day, all
Yeah,
day.
you a millionaire. You got finger.com, ear.com. Shit. Oh my God, man. It was booming, man.
Right.
In them Clinton, in them Clinton years, it was just full of optimism and everything. Everybody making money.
Millions of dollars.
Man, shoot. Bush came in. They got all the manual jobs went away. Tech market crash.
All the banks got all their
Mortgage crash. Shit. Boy, ain't never beanie weenies and sardines for dinner.
But see, that's a story for you. See, in them years, I was an office person, but I also knew how to do manual stuff too. So
There you go.
I went, even though all the properties was being sold, and I still knew how to do other stuff. So I adjusted. So I didn't eat beanie weenies. I pivoted. I pivoted I'm pivoted from property manager to maintenance supervisor. That means I take care of all the people who got to maintenance the property. We still got properties.
Well, see, here's the deal. But going back to that whole point where, we're talking about how the president affects anything, just think about it like this. And you just say you say you want to start a business. Regardless if you want to start a business, regardless of the president was at that particular time, you still can. This still America. And whatever the hell, if you can think that shit between your damn ears, you can do it. Now, again, from the idea in your head, for you starting and you maintain it, a lot of that stuff can vary and depend on your knowledge, your experience, the industry, where you are, if you're in the market to sustain it. But pretty much in this damn country, if you want to do something, you can damn do it. I mean, it's a reason why people still breaking the neck to get up in here. I just think that we put too much weight on things that we don't need to be putting weight on. Now, I ain't saying we don't need to be focused on, as far as the presidency.
Right.
But I am saying this not going to be end all, be all or whatever. People are like, well, we can't do this, we can't do that. Shit, the hell you can't.
Just
And
not gonna
everything.
really affect our everyday like they think it is.
Well, and also once it happens, now it's your time to what? Let me figure out what I got to do with this person. When you start going through I remember the governor's race with Nathan Deal took out the son of Purdue, right?
Yeah.
Okay, and then with son of Purdue, he had some business, some things he did for small businesses and everything like that. Cause God, I can't remember who gave Nathan Dealer. God, I'm sorry, I can't remember who gave him a tight race. Um, that election. But again, I apologize for that. But I just remember when he came in, he had all these programs for small businesses, and Sonny Perdue did too.
Right.
I can be on some ignorant stuff, be like, well, look, he's pro business and stuff like that. Because I'm talking about, I got all kind of things I was from contracting through the government and all this kind of stuff that came in, and me being proactive. Wow, that was cool. I ain't forgot I'm black.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? But I say this to say that a lot of times people don't understand. No matter what happens to you in life, you got to learn how to navigate and adjust to it. It ain't all gonna be the way you want it to be.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? And I don't know that military part on me, and everything, but you just gotta adjust and be able to move.
Right.
Life just don't happen like that. So regardless who gets elected, like, look, man, now it's time you to figure out what you got to do now.
Right. How you got to maneuver around whatever gonna happen.
Exactly.
And even if it doesn't affect you, I mean, it may not even affect you your everyday. It's not gonna. I don't think it affects our everyday. We got to think about those, like you said, those local jokers that affect our everyday. He don't affect our everyday.
Well,
It affects the book.
well,
Local jokers.
well, absolutely. Now you just say we sit here and say Trump come out and I'm gonna drop a bomb on China and everything like that.
Affect our everyday.
And stuff like that and everything.
Now you put it that way.
And those kind of things, yeah, it can and everything. But again, you don't really know how radical a person is going to get in. That's why I say sometimes you got to take the good with the bad. Has he done some stuff that I think have been pretty decent? Yeah. Have he done some stuff I think pretty, crazy? Absolutely. And everything. But it really depends on who you talk to. Look how many guys that have come out and said, "Thank you, President Trump. You got me out of prison early." I seen all them guys on the campaign trail. Now again, in the grand scheme of things, does that benefit the average person as much?
Right.
Absolutely not. But that person and his family mean a lot. Said because Trump gave him a pardon. We turn around and have folks to sit here. I remember when we was 96 when that's me and everything. Something on it. I'm sorry, but okay, cool, thanks. But I remember was that the fall of '96, fall of '96, no '95, and we sitting there. My mom Clinton had just got on the thing talking about we're not going to go to Bosnia, we're not going to send any more troops and everything, and my mom called me and said, "Yeah, baby, President just said, we ain't send nobody to Bosnia and nothing like that." I said, "Well, hell, my mom at the redhead now." I'm headed to Budapest.
We didn't get that memo.
Hey, shit. We loading the train right now. And you have to have the kind. I think we did gain a lot with Trump being a person that's kind of thoughtful in regards to the world of the business and economic stuff, but definitely lost a lot from my whole point of diplomacy and everything and stuff. So you just kind of look at your interests and everything. I think the average person is not well read and trying to find out just basic stuff how it was going on.
Right.
And they go what's feel and everything. And it's crazy.
With emotions.
Yeah, and how most black folks is trying to find their favorite white guy.
Right.
Well, that white guy endorsing this white guy. But then that white guy is this white guy.
Right.
So and everything. Well, white folk do it too. They try to find the best black guy. Well, well, his wife is white, and everything. Well, he did go to Georgia and everything. They go through everybody does the same little process of elimination. When it's something you're not comfortable with, or more so not familiar with, but at the end of the day, you got to kind of start looking at your interests. Now, a lot of times people really don't have no damn interest to sit here and try to go through and and having elimination, but it just sticks with hey, I think they're racist. I think this, that, and that. And I think I ain't finna be naive. Hell, all of them probably that way.
That's what I was saying.
You know what I'm saying? Like,
I mean, they all 90. They all 100. I mean,
well, you got to figure out at the end of the day. You just know this, and me being a businessman, I don't like always equating everything with business. But on the flip side of it is, at the end of the deal, You ain't always gonna get along with everybody you doing business with.
Right.
But at the end of the day, the deal. And that's one thing I learned working in corporate America, being around too many people that actually didn't necessarily get along, but we ain't finna lose no money because of that. You know what I'm saying? Now, if it's anything like unethical, I know this person here beats on this or molest or rape that. No, that's hands off.
Right.
But because you got a funky attitude, you don't speak when you come in the room and all that. Yeah, we are not finna lose this money.
That bottom line.
Oh no, we ain't gonna do that. And I think a lot of times people, move with emotions. They figure out this and I can't do that, and because I got this person, the president and stuff, I'm not gonna do it. And I just want to pose this personal challenge to everyone to try to be as active as possible with trying to learn who your local politicians are, from city, county, and state level and everything, especially in the state of Georgia, because I think most people have no clue.
That's true.
Of what's going on and what could be done and everything, and they'll just say, well, hey, this, that, and that. Look, man, you ain't gotta look that far. I know I had a conversation with my county commissioner in the gym, and he's trying to explain to me about potholes on Jonesboro Road. Like I give a fly about potholes on Jonesboro Road.
Right.
That
Ma'am.
was something to some people, because I did that to us at Home Depot alone that time too.
What, the sheriff guy?
Yeah.
Well, it wasn't pothole. We were talking to him about why your sheriff's pulling everybody over about their tag light? When the last time you looked at your tag light?
Well, they can make up a little cockamamie lie about that. Well, this, that, and that, and everything. But this joker here straight up told me about I'm adding fixing the potholes, and anybody know Clayton County, man, got a lot. For Clayton to be that close to the airport, has so much promise. I think we're probably major lag behind most of the counties in Metro Atlanta in terms of quality of life, business, and stuff like that coming out there.
Clayton County is big though.
Clayton County is big, but we're definitely not. Well, they had issues. They had issues over 10 years ago. So that's what I'm saying. What's that? They trying to, and they debating it. But at the end of the day, I'm just saying there are things they're trying to do. But I'm just saying there's just so much further from a quality of life standpoint. They ain't here to be Clayton County. If I lived, I'm a proud resident. But I say all this to say again that a lot of times people they're not realistic or know who they need to be pointing a finger at, or sometimes giving unjust credit to certain things. So I just want to pose that challenge to everyone to make sure that you're being as proactive as possible to know what's going on. Not necessarily, because I had a conversation with someone close to me. You know what I'm saying? My son. And he was just talking about it. Well, how do I know who to vote for? I don't know who these people are. And I'm like, how the F you don't know?
Right.
Stop sticking your head in the sand.
Right.
Find out. Why don't you know? Why don't you know? Why don't you know who's going on? This person can affect your life for the next 4 years.
Right.
This person can, to your point you just said, authorize the police officer to pull you over for tag lights.
Right.
This person can authorize, your liquor getting taxed another, 8 or 9 cents or whatever. This person can authorize, your kids, schools and stuff adjusting and losing this kind of money. You need to know who that is.
Right.
You haven't. Oh, that was it. Pothole posse. I make you. You remember that? I make you proud. I remember that. I make you proud.
Oh my God.
Oh, I make you proud.
That's what she said.
Yeah, I make you proud. Cousins got all that money. You ain't see no black contractors getting nothing that whole time and stuff like that,
Who
man.
got it?
No, cousins property. Cousin property. Come on now.
When I first got here.
Cousins got all that money and everything.
Cousins property.
Black-
Cousins Newmarket.
Black contractors weren't getting nothing and all that kind of stuff, man. Come on now.
Right.
People don't want to sit here and talk about it and everything like that. Look, it was just, whew, boy. That's that back door Jody. And those are the kind of things, again, we sit here and look about it is, that's primarily stuff like that where you turn a blind eye to local stuff and you put people down in positions that, I don't want to say they have your best interest, or they have interest.
Right.
And at the end of the day, because you didn't scrutinize them, that's on you. It ain't that they doing nothing illegal or anything. It's just you just didn't ask the right question. You just like what you saw. You know what I'm saying? And that's black people. We're bad about that. We're
Yeah.
bad about what I'm saying, being realistic about what certain things are, being aware. Because we don't want to be accountable with that.
Right.
You
We
know, and
always can say
everything.
we ain't know, right?
Yeah,
It's easy to say we didn't know.
Oh man, I hear that shit all the time. Well, I didn't know. I didn't know. Well, how the hell you don't know?
Right.
Yeah, it's hard for me to hear that. It's hard for me to hear that.
Right.
My children tell you, I get to cussing by that. I didn't know. What the fuck you mean you don't know?
Easy.
I'm talking about my 10-year-old. We
Right.
know. You don't tell me you don't damn know.
Right.
I can roll with say, Dad, I looked, I couldn't find
Find
it,
it, right.
but I don't know now. But you know why? That's a defense mechanism.
Mm-hmm.
People say, well, I didn't know who that person, who is that, who is that. Shit, you find everything else out.
Mm-hmm.
You find out who got the sale on Nikes and all that other kind of stuff.
Is.
Yeah, exactly. Right. You find out what WAP is at a learn early age.
Oh my God.
WAP, yeah. My fault. You found out what WAP is early. I mean,
Early.
I can't buy the rest of this stuff.
Yeah. You lose that election real quick. You ain't got that WAP. I know. No, she don't. No. No. Don't vote for her.
You're right.
No, definitely not.
Mine's is WAP.
Yeah. Hey, this is Mr. Short Dollar. Welcome to the Dollar Hour. We're talking about how does the president affect your pockets tonight. Again, I'm Deonte Burden, Mr. Short Dollar himself. Make sure you subscribe to the YouTube channel, Mr. Short Dollar, where we talk about personal finance, business, entrepreneurship, and real estate investing. You make sure you can follow us on both YouTube, Facebook under Mr. Short Dollar. What is that? Majestic Biz One on IG, and Mr. Short Dollar on TikTok as well, and everything. Majestic Biz on Twitter as well. As always, we look at the YouTube page, and I try to do a good job of we keep putting the links on and everything, so you can follow us on all the different social media platforms. Again, tonight's show we're talking about how does a president affect your pockets, and that's one of the things. Again, we had Thursday. Had this ever went this long before?
Yeah.
In what election?
No.
Yeah.
It has. What
When?
election was it?
Think about how long it took the Supreme Court to tell you who won with.
Oh yeah, Bush and
With that Gore.
Gore.
With Gore and everything. I get it. And Gore just quick.
Look at that. Look at that.
Yeah.
Bringing out the genius in it.
See, look at
I
that.
inspire folks to be smart.
That's what I'm talking about. But even with that, even with the situation with Gore and everything like that, at least that's why I say I can't get Trump a little credit.
Mm-hmm.
You at least go down swinging and everything. But that was definitely, man, and they definitely vowed, to let that kind of stuff go on again. But I just wanted this conversation because people have really went in. We got to get this person in, and I ain't saying we don't. But at the end of the day, regardless of who you get in as the president, how is that going to affect you?
You still got to get up.
At the end of the day,
Go to work.
because, again, the average person, let's say you're 40 years old, you done went through what, 10, 12 presidencies?
Mm-hmm.
And damn, if you ain't really made no major damn strides, we kind of went to that
Why
assumption.
you worry about
Regardless, it doesn't make a damn difference.
For real? That's what it is, though. Just like I was telling Tom Brokaw, he said out of all the elections and everything that he did, he said for one, Trump lied. And he said, you know what? Everybody need to go back to work. Corona ain't for real. He said, but now that's going to bring on the second wave that was way worse than what they got now.
Mhm.
He said, and then with a lot of the Black Lives Matter, white people were supporting them until they started losing. So he tried to be like a vote in white. He said, you
Dr. told me about it.
Dr. King them did non-violence. For these people, the new people, they like shoot me or let me get hit with water. We ain't gonna do nothing. They're like, oh, you got a gun? I got guns too. Like it's gonna get dangerous.
You really have, from a social standpoint, you're going to have to bring a person in that can be able to mediate a lot of stuff and everything, because I think you don't have some wounds that have been opened up that I don't think going to be healed quickly. So you got to bring somebody in that's going to be able to have some kind of skills to kind of mediate everything, to get that way. But I don't know. I don't know how to do it. That's why I wouldn't even think about running for no particular position like that. I think that we're at a funny spot where, because the way the world is going this way, In regards to just with the pandemic, it's got so much a big effect on everything.
Mm-hmm.
But we in a spot from a technological and business aspect, things are brimming so much, and if the U.S. doesn't take advantage of certain things, especially we start talking about real 5G technology going
Mm-hmm.
in and stuff like that with Yahweh and everything, and then we talk about the things that China is able to do, and even with Europe and stuff, we can actually get knocked back as a superpower
Right.
because everybody else is prime. So if we don't get on top of stuff with the pandemic, if we don't get on top, especially the stuff with us from an education standpoint, and we can dig a hole for
Yeah.
ourselves and stuff like that.
The education part is where you really need to be because, I mean, China is way ahead of us in education. I'm sorry to say it.
For a while.
I'm sorry to say it. They are way ahead of our children when it comes to education.
Yeah.
Yeah. Well, I'm gonna say this, Lab. You're absolutely right with that, but it's the kind of education.
Mm-hmm.
The thing of it is, I think I talked about it before. I got a finance degree,
Mm-hmm.
and it's good we had this conversation. When you tell me I got a bachelor in finance and a master in supply chain, so both numbers degrees. And I say this to say most of the people that were in my classes were either Asians or Indians, and they walking calculators.
Right.
And you're right. I mean, you'll see something. Like I said, I can figure any math problem out. I just need a little time. The issue of it is they have no damn social skills.
Yeah.
So again, they're always gonna be pigeonholed in analysts, surveyors. You know what I'm saying? So again, they got this and stuff like that. But at the end of the day, they don't have that kind of the social skills and soft skills to do it. They have some people to do it, but they're far and few between. They're not, again, working in groups and working this.
My question is, I mean, social skills, I get what you're saying, but we're talking about a future of living, not necessarily rich, but living comfortably. So, do I learn now and get the best education to be socially awkward now, and then get the social skills later as I'm living comfortably? You get what I'm saying? Because
they ain't gonna get it. They ain't gonna get it. They're like talking or whatever.
because I think, and this is just my opinion. I think social skills are okay. Social skills are great. I think they work fine. I have nothing against social skills. I think when it comes to our children is that they have so many social skill things going on that it outweighs the education part.
That's a fair point.
Yeah,
But at the end,
you can be sociable. That's great. But if you don't have any focus on education, whereas because you're sociable, but your sociable is becoming more and more a part of your, you know what I'm saying? It's like it's becoming the top, and the education part is becoming the bottom. So you have to figure out a way to manage them both to where education and sociable stays on the same level. And you with internet and all that stuff, everything outside, inside influences, all that stuff, the social skill for our children sometimes becomes the bread. You know what I'm saying? And then
I
you get what
agree.
I'm saying? It overtakes the education.
I agree with that. But the issue come up is let's take social media, let's take all that stuff out of the equation. I'm talking about basically dealing with a person.
Right.
I mean, we're talking about a lot of people, for the majority, they barely don't even want to work. They want to work just by themselves. We talking about just straight up, hey, just talking to lab. I ain't talking about you on Facebook, Snapchat all day long. We're talking about just having to deal with a person.
Right.
We're talking about a vast majority of people that can sit in a damn cubicle for 15 damn hours and don't, just take urine breaks.
Right.
And I'm just like, nah. And
This is all you see.
You know.
People be on dates with each other. Somebody right here, somebody right here. This all they do. All they do.
But that's
Think about what you told Cal.
but that's the world today though.
Put that phone down.
But that's the world. That's what I'm saying. That's the world today. That's why I'm saying that's regardless of how the social was happen to them. That's social. So you have to. I don't think them being on the phone like that is an education problem or no social skills problem. I think that's more of a too social problem. Too social. So education has to be above that, just a little bit.
But what's funny about that lab to that point? I just read last week Google is going to start not requiring degrees. They're going to have assessment tests to see where you fall in skill level. So again, that's the thing to think about. It maybe the thought process is now sometimes education isn't as valuable.
Right, and a lot of people.
I mean,
You know social skills. Yeah,
He'll talk you to death.
yeah,
That's all he got.
Yeah, a lot of companies are doing that though. Apple is saying the same thing. They're saying that they're gonna not focus on so much on degrees and focus on just because they say a lot of times people are intelligent, but they don't go to school. You get what I'm saying? They can code and do all that stuff because they sit at home and do it all day, but they just don't want to go to school because they don't like school. Like we talk about kids not testing well. School is not what's different, but they can put a cute computer together, take it apart, code it, make 17 websites in 15 seconds, all that. You get what I'm saying?
Yeah.
From scratch.
I think about me before. So, in preschool, now 4, they teach them how to code using dominoes.
Yeah, well,
How to, you know what I mean? Like,
Yeah.
they learning all of the, I guess the stuff that's making everything, how to move, whatever now.
Yeah, how to make stuff
Different
for
languages.
economic
They're
school.
learning Mandarin
Just
at 4.
well, see, here's the deal about it, and that's the thing about it. You want to have the kids as equipped as possible, and again, I'm a firm believer in whatever they can take in, give it to them. The issue gonna come up is that regardless of, what you know or it's gonna come down to who you know.
who you know.
And no matter how skilled it is and everything, and I'm a firm believer in that because there's a lot of times, I'm just speaking from personal experience, I got degreed up. Still ask those white folk for
Well,
this, that,
I've
and
been
that.
I'm degreed up.
They let you work at McDonald's unless you had
A degree.
A degree.
I I'm degreed up too, and I can tell you 2 or 3 of the jobs that I done got that was good jobs because I knew somebody.
Yeah.
They didn't even look at the degree. You get what I'm
Yeah.
saying? They was like, "Oh, Lee, hey, how you doing? You hired?"
Well, that's how it is in a lot of situations, and I think, especially, and that could be just any job. But at the end of the day, I know how you can look at trends and start in regards to some places not requiring this, requiring that. I still think we're still gonna go back to those relationships and everything. That's why when I'm talking about tonight's show in regards to how does the president affect your pocket. I think people put too much weight in regards to. I think they can affect maybe your livelihood with certain things and some of the decisions they can make, but the everyday things that you can and can't do, I don't think the president has that kind of impact on what you can and can't do. You know what I'm saying? I just think that if people, you take, honestly sit here and assess, okay, am I trying the best for me or whatever, or I could have did this different, I could have did these things better. They may see a difference, but if you sit there and say, well, I can't do this because of Trump or whatever like that, you out your damn mind. If you're going to make money, you're going to make things happen in your life, you're going to do it regardless who the president is. Because you're going to be less concerned with it. You're more concerned in making that money. You're more concerned with making that thing happen than who the president is.
And you're going to come up with a plan.
Exactly.
All the drug dealers that we knew then ain't asked no Trump or nobody else how to make this product.
Right.
Besides in Oregon, they're making heroin legal.
They're making
Heroin is legal. Cocaine is legal. Mushrooms are legal. It's on the ballot now.
Yeah, it's going to be legal and also going to be highly taxed and be very proper for the government too. So, I mean, that's the thing about it. So, again, that's going to push what? Now the drug dealers are going to have to just sell, incense and papers. You know what I'm saying?
Do a little heroin. Well, I ain't never known nobody to do a little heroin. You do heroin or you don't. They ain't been to the blood. They don't know.
Well, again, look at the flip side of this. Can we make more money? What's going to be more beneficial to us? Taxing these drugs or sitting here and try to house and all these dang folks up, we arrested behind drugs.
You don't know the see, you talking about the making the taxes off the drugs. We talking about the cure. The more money is gonna be made on the cure
Try to get you off.
to get you off the drugs that they gonna put you on.
Right.
Oh, they can tax the drugs. That's cool, but the comeback
Right.
is what's gonna get you.
The cure?
Yeah.
You gonna get off.
How you gonna get off of it?
Oh,
They just think that
like the cigarette patches?
Exactly. So they gonna get you 3 ways. They gonna get you on the taxes when they give it to you. They gonna get you on the taxes when they kill you, and they gonna get you on the taxes when they offer you little Nicorette gums.
But I don't even smoke, but I think Newport cost about what, $10
Yeah, but that's the thing about it. Outside of you have some kind of celebrity, and I don't even think most of them. I think most of them are just faces for some of these, cannabis organizations and stuff like they put their name on it. But somebody else is owning it. Where we fall in the grand scheme of things, in places where they made marijuana legal outside there
Nowhere.
to get cheap weed.
Nowhere.
We go visit Denver or something like that, and that's the kind of thing we got to see. Have some kind of foresight.
If all of the I forget what they call those dispensaries
They
I don't.
only gonna give us
I don't.
3
I
or
don't think
5.
we own any of them.
Yeah, we don't. They only gonna
In
give us.
Colorado, Oregon, wherever there's all legal, Nevada, I don't think we own any
No,
dispensary. Now,
we don't.
no,
Yeah.
we don't own any
I mean, some
dispensary.
people
But I'm
may
saying we
part.
don't. I'm
Black
saying
folks.
okay.
Yeah.
That's
I,
what I'm saying.
I don't know. I don't know. I
But
think
those places make millions of dollars a week or sometimes.
Millions and millions.
You know what I'm saying?
let me read this. Got Matt Austin saying I'm stepping in another realm. I'm sorry and everything. We done got off the president.
Yeah. Sorry.
My girl Avery Shaw said white supremacy group are now threatening to harm black men. Well, baby girl, I don't think they're now doing it. I think they've been doing it for a while. You know, they just done took them sheets off
Right.
and everything. You know,
Get more bold.
yeah, and everything. You know what though? I say this to say this. Say that is that this world is gonna be full of people that don't necessarily like you, and at the end of the day, I ain't never had a problem. You know, just say this: the problem I have with the Klan and all that kind of stuff is gonna be when, you know, they can oppress you or this, that, and that. And I'm about to say I didn't want to come out and say I don't have a problem with them, but you know where they at.
Right.
Everybody ain't gonna like you.
Right.
You lose a lot when you don't know who they are when they your supervisor and everything like that. And again, everybody ain't gonna like you. But at the end of the day, I gotta be realistic. When people see them marching and that, this is what we gotta sit here and just this is why I think Trump had a very crazy impact on both sides. Do I think the people can ride around with a Trump 2020 flag, you know, and do that stuff? Yeah, they pay taxes too.
Right.
Just like we can sit here and do everything else.
Yeah.
And people got to get back to respecting each other. People lost respect for each other. You know what I'm saying? I ain't got to like them. I can hate that this person is doing this. But again, I got to respect they doing this. You know what I'm saying? I can't tear their stuff down. They can't tear my stuff down. They pay taxes just like I do.
Right.
Now,
And-
I will say, I hope that Kamala is going to be checks and balances for Biden. I hope that's how it goes. That's how I want it to go.
I don't know. She might not do no more than he do. I think at the end of the day,
You don't think?
I think she show up. But at the end of the day, I think that, you know, you're going to have, you know, Joe Biden, you know, you're talking about, you know, he's probably, outside of Hillary Clinton, probably the most experienced person for that position. You know, he's diplomatic, you know, all that stuff. He knows how world relations goes, you know, economics and everything. I think she show up. I think they're going to add a lot to each other. I think, you know, again, when you're dealing with politicians, hell, all of them going to have some kind of lie or swing or pivot because you got to rob Peter, pay Paul, make things happen. They just dealing. I mean, I learned a lot watching, you know, a lot of stuff dealing in county governments over the years and stuff like that. Not to the federal level, but that's just how that goes. But do I think she's going to be this super sister, make stuff happen, this, that, and that? Nah, I think she a politician. You know what I'm saying?
She gonna do what politicians do.
Yeah.
We did say, well, we gave her credit, you know, as you see, you wrote it down. Then she gonna show all. We said she's a good role model, I'll say, for black girls. Now, they gonna see, okay, sorority this, and we can go to another school that. Now, me said her husband, because of who he is, he gonna carry a lot of weight too. Cause he gonna bring a whole lot of money and everything else in.
Because he's the top Jewish attorney.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, but you know, again, you know, she's at the end of the day, you know, most times you get to that level as a politician, you ain't poor.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? So it's not like, you know, again,
No,
we.
but it's the relationships we said.
Oh yeah.
That they make.
Well, you think about it, you know, she been a DA and all that other kind of stuff again. So you know, do I think she gonna bring checks? You know, to your point about bringing the checks and balances and stuff. I think they'll balance out. I think I'm probably a little bit late, going a little bit more with Mayor Pete. You know what I'm saying? Because I just thought there was just somebody that wasn't, familiar with the with DC. They're gonna have some fresh ideas and stuff like that and everything. That was just it. Because I think, well, the thing I looked at with Kamala Harris, you getting two people that's been in there too long and everything. And I thought you just get somebody in with some fresh ideas and stuff like that.
Right.
That's how I was looking at it.
I
Michael Yang. You know what I'm saying? Just somebody with some, hey, there's some fresh ideas.
Let's try it and see.
Yeah, exactly. That's how I was kind of looking at it.
With the status quo.
Yeah. And to be honest with you, I think that's what Trump did with how he beat all them Republicans out. Because they had been used to the same thing. And I think sometimes you just need something different in. I think it would have been perfect with a person that been in for a minute like Biden and get somebody who ain't been in there.
Oh wow.
They kind of just like, okay, cool, let's see what's what. And that's how I kind of thought of it and everything. Not that she isn't deserving, but it just kind of be thinking outside, just thinking out like, yeah, with that and everything. But hell, and that could have been her being the president, running for president, with her running for it. Her,
Michelle. I'm still gonna, I'm put in there even if she don't want me.
now what's my man, Cory Booker? You know what I'm saying? If they would have been running or something like that, and we got somebody else and everything, I think pretty much everybody was kind of like even killed. It just depended on who you thought was the coolest and everything like that at that particular
What do you
time.
think about Warnock?
I don't know enough about him to make an opinion on him and everything. To be totally honest with you, I think that that position right there because it was a fill-in, and they only had the politic again for what 2 or 3 months. After John Lewis died and stuff like that. But I don't know enough about him to make an opinion about him. I don't go to church and everything like that. Everybody do the same thing. I've had this kind of upbringing, and I did this, that, and everything. He messed me up with that damn shirt and them jeans picture and everything like. Man, come on now. Come on now. Yeah. But you gotta do what you gotta do and everything. But I don't know enough to be totally honest with you. You know me, I be real. If I don't know nothing about you, I don't really get too tough into that with everything and stuff. So
I'm kind of surprised that you ain't tried to throw your hat in there and see what happens.
what politics? Maybe one day. Right now I gotta make sure I get all them skeletons out of my closet. Get the graveyard out. Maybe one day and everything and stuff like that. I'm cool. Everything. I probably get one more kid out of my house, and we'll look at doing something like that then and everything. But right now I just leave it to the people that's doing it. Hopefully they do the best and kind of go with that with everything. Man, it's been a real cool show. We had a real cool show. Good conversation.
Don't tell you what I want to tell you about you before we get off the air. Friend, tell him about the one.
Oh yeah. He changed his whole attitude when he found out about the HBCUs about Trump. He like, yeah, we gotta get him out of there now because he saw that a lot of the stuff that he thought that Trump had did was actually what Obama had did previously. It's just that it started to be active now while Trump is in office.
He was for Trump.
Oh, he was he was real hard.
But wait, tell him about the cab.
Oh, he went to
Baltimore. Or was it Seattle?
Seattle. He was in the cab, and he said he was in the. He was like, he was in the cab, and they was arguing about first the cab driver told him $35 or $25. He told him $35, I think it was. Then he said, let's get this price straight. It's like so the cab driver called the police on him, and so he said the cab driver told the police, oh yeah, and he black. So he like, hey, what the fuck? You trying to get me fucked up out here?
Too many L's.
Well, that's what he said. You told me to say what he said.
I know it.
Don't listen to you.
So he said, you trying to get me messed up out here. And then he said, but ain't you black? And he said, I told him, no, I'm African.
Just in case you forgot.
Yeah, I'm African. I ain't black. I'm African.
He said he had to stop for a minute. He was like, you know what?
Yeah.
I don't know nobody.
Like, I don't know nobody out here. Like, if I was on Westlake and something, I'll tell him to call the police, but I'm out here. I don't know nobody.
I didn't know he was a Trump supporter.
What? That's hard.
I didn't know that.
Yeah, that's
Well,
hard.
and I think most people, especially us that are Trump supporters, is money related more than anything than ethics and everything. And again, I never knock nobody how they feel and stuff like that because I'm always pushing people to take advantage of just this whole process and everything. But that's why I want to have that conversation today. Just how does the president really affect your pocket? Because I think people give too much credit on things that don't necessarily need to get credit to. Excuse me, and really don't try to find out as much as they can. So I hope with our conversation we kind of shed a lot of light on everything. And also I want to get that personal challenge to everybody to find out who your local politicians are, your city councilman, your state representative, your police chief and all that kind of stuff. The folks that don't be on TV. So I just want to make sure that everyone really takes an initiative to kind of get as educated as possible about that because, again, like we discussed, I think they impact your daily life more than anybody on Capitol Hill, okay? Again, this is Deonte Burden, a.k.a. Mr. Short Dollar Self. Make sure you subscribe to Mr. Short Dollar on YouTube and Facebook on the Mr. Short Dollar. Same thing on the TikTok. Follow us at Majestic Biz One on Instagram and Majestic Biz on Twitter. Again, tonight's show we're discussing how did the president affect your pockets. Listen, I want to tell you guys thanks so much again for checking out the show. Appreciate the support. The show's been growing like crazy. Make sure you join the email list so you can stay updated on the different products and things we got coming down the pike. Love you guys. Take care of yourself. Be safe out there, and I'll see you guys in a few weeks. Well, next week. Yo, let me stop when I say in a few weeks. What I mean by that, next week will be Changing Live, hosted by yours truly, Deonte Burden. We rotate and everything. So, Mr. Short Dollar will be back in a couple weeks. But again, check me out, Changing Live next week. We've got another awesome show planned for you guys then. Take care. Love you guys, and see you soon. Huh?